Hi, I am Connie Wray, and I am so excited to be the moderator for our second episode of Talk It Out Tuesday. And we are going to be talking about supporting teens and young adults through COVID-19. And we have with us today Crisis Support Services of Nevada's Executive Director, Rachelle Pellissier, is here. And then from Las Vegas, Shaun Mabanta is a UNR Premed student and graduate of Liberty High School and is actually a Crisis Support Services of Nevada's communication intern. It's so nice to have you, Shaun. Thank you. Also with us is Katherine Loudon. She is the coordinator of school counseling for the Washoe County School District. And Katherine has over 25 years of experience in counseling services and supports the school setting. And it's perfect to have her here for this discussion. It really is a timely topic, as we now know that our class of 2020 will not be graduating in the way that we've normally seen a graduating class graduate. What are some of the ways right now that teens and young adults are struggling?
There's expectations that were changed, and there was unfinished business. There were belongings at the school. There were people that they wanted to see, things that they wanted to talk about, and they were very disappointed. And so were the teachers. The teachers are feeling the same, and the staff, just the loss of hoping to see the kids and having to change the way that they're seeing them.
Especially for the seniors, like so many memories are being stripped from them, from grad night to grad walk to prom, and especially graduation. That's one of the things that these seniors have to deal with. One of the students I had the chance to speak with gave me a really nice quote. Imagine baking a cake but not being able to eat it at the end. You gather all the ingredients, your freshman through senior year, you work so hard to get your diploma, and in the end, you're not able to celebrate this tremendous accomplishment.
It's a struggle for young adults and children to just deal with quarantine in general, especially as a young adult. I think connection is key. Friendships are so important at this age for a young child. And in college, you're developing these great relationships. What are some ways that teens and young adults can try to cope during this time of being quarantined and not able to have those connections?
Like, we have more time than ever before to explore new things that we've always wanted to do. I'm trying to juggle with my little brother, and I've also tried to start learning how to code, just the resiliency and innovation to take up new hobbies during quarantine. Just these things that, because of school, that we've never really had time to explore. But there's also that balance of making sure you're not like pressing yourself to be productive like every single minute of the day, because it is a national pandemic. Everyone's going through some sort of anxiety, and we shouldn't put that pressure on ourselves to do something every second of the day.
What about parents? What are some suggestions for parents and school? How can they help these students so that they're still staying connected? I mean, I see it with my 10-year-old. They have a mandatory meeting that happens at 11 a.m. and all of the kids are there and they get to see one another. And I see that sense of normalcy that a lot of these teachers are trying desperately to keep, and that sort of connection. What are some ways that parents can help with that?
I'm seeing a lot of parents experience these things and share with their child how it is for them. They are having shared experiences. They're working from home, their child's working from home. They're engaging in the classroom and watching what the teacher's doing when they might not have done that previously. They're modeling for their children how to do this and how to be innovative and how to have a predictable routine and embrace joy and how to accept the loss and grief and work through that at the same time, and encouraging them to play. We're seeing a lot of principals and counselors and teachers putting a lot of fun into what they're doing, asking people to dress up and coming up with themes, having scavenger hunts, having real personal messages or insights into their homes. You know, teachers or counselors or principals making things for the kids to show the kids, well, this is how I'm quarantining. This is how I'm coping and handling this.
When I got the word that we were not going to have school for the rest of the year, I immediately started reaching out to all my son's friends, parents, and it's like, okay, give me all the phone numbers. Let's set up Zoom meetings so they can just socialize and interact and see each other. It's different being able to see each other than just talking on the phone or texting, just kind of developing that with them and say, look, it's like we're really with each other, helping them to use those tools and techniques that we use in our everyday lives at work. And then we get to experience it with them because we help them to set it up.
Katherine, are you finding that parents of the potential graduates are trying to reach out to the school district to figure out ways that they can still celebrate graduation? I think that seems to be the one thing that I'm seeing all over social media, is that the community itself wants to figure out a way to have a graduation or celebrate the class of 2020. Has the school district, are they seeing this? Are they talking with parents and students about some options?
What I'm seeing since the very beginning of all of this is really a community-wide youth focus. There's a lot of interagency collaboration. Everyone is talking about kids because kids are our present and kids are our future. People are talking about, what lessons have we learned? How can we be innovative? How can we rally around the kids given the barriers that we have? We know this is temporary. We all have a plan to what we're going to do when this is over, but we're most excited about the kids, so we want to get through it. I think we're open to lots of ideas. We have some restrictions as a state and as a nation and as a group, but when I hear people talk about it, they're all sharing ideas. We've seen the signs in the yards and the decorating of porches. We want to make sure something is equitable across all groups, but definitely express the love and celebrate, whether that's some things we do now and some things we do later, or how that looks. I don't really know, but I do know people are listening to students, and student voice is a huge piece.
That is one of the most important pieces, is talking to our youth and seeing what it is that they're actually feeling, not assuming what they're feeling, but really talking to them about what's going on with them, how they're coping, the help we can give them to cope, what we can learn from them about resilience, just hope for the future. Having 3 sons, I love talking to my sons. They are so brilliant. I love talking to Shaun. I feel like he is so brilliant. And I so appreciate him going out to Liberty High School Student Council in Las Vegas and asking them how they felt and sharing with us here on Talk It Out Tuesday how they're dealing with this and how we can help them to get through this and come out better on the other side.
The importance of knowing that Crisis Support Services of Nevada is available is another entity of this, that if you don't feel that you can talk to your parents about this, or you're struggling as a young adult to try to really understand this, to really highlight again that Crisis Support Services of Nevada, it's not just for someone who is dealing with suicide. Crisis is something that a crisis to Shaun may not be a crisis to me, but it doesn't devalue the crisis that we each are living with. And I think it's so important to utilize the tools that are there. You can call Crisis Support Services of Nevada, 1-800-273-8255. You can text CARE to 839863. And you can also visit their website. It's an absolute plethora of resources and information, which is at CSSNV.org. Just to know that Crisis Support Services is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And Rachelle actually had shared with me a beautiful piece from one of the responders who has been talking on the phone. There are a lot of challenges out there for a lot of people. And again, I just want to reiterate to Rachelle and her staff how key they are to helping individuals. Teens can call this number, young adults, the elderly. It's anyone who's in crisis can use this number. And I hope that on these Talk It Out Tuesdays that we're really encouraging people to reach out. If you are in crisis or you're having a difficult time with this, no matter what age you are, there is help and there is hope.
We do know when we give teens the ability to reach out, that they do reach out to us and allow us to help them through, some of the darkest moments in their lives. And sometimes adults don't realize that teens are struggling with a lot. Their growth and being expected or trying to learn how to adult in the world and not wanting to worry their parents. And we know that if they call us, when they call us, we can help them to talk to their parents. And we do that all the time, or help them to understand that their parents really want to help them when they're in a crisis and help them to get the support they need. That's a vitally important part of why we do Talk It Out Tuesdays, is to get those numbers and to let everyone know, please reach out to us.
Again, I wanted to thank Katherine Loudon from the Washoe County School District. I also want to say thank you to Shaun Mabanta. We just greatly appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. Rachelle, you are just a kind soul, and we couldn't do it without you and your team at Crisis Support Services of Nevada. Crisis Support Services of Nevada is a charitable organization. They're helping all Nevadans and people across the nation that are in crisis. So we would love support. This is a great time to give if you can. And again, you can do that by visiting their website. You can go to CSSNV.org to make that donation.